if you can allow everybody to be unmuted and they can share their videos as well. I'd like to invite Kimberly to ask her question. She asked me a question privately, but I'm not sure exactly who to ask it from and how to rephrase the question, because I didn't understand the question fully. So if she's on, Kimberly, can you ask your question from the panel and see if they have a good answer?
Hi. So the question that I have, as project managers, things are moving so fast, and especially some project managers are much more accustomed to paper. They're much more accustomed to using maybe certain tools that are rapidly being replaced by cloud-based or like you were mentioning, BIM models as standard, but using the cloud and integrating them in other kinds of tools. So the question that I have is, what are some skill sets or knowledge areas beyond project management that could be helpful to us project managers as we move to an integrated BIM model as standard practice, as we get away from the just basic paper or using Microsoft Project, and as we go into Jira and as we go into other types of automated practices?
So let me rephrase the question if I understood it correctly. Is that you're saying that you think that BIM is a good tool to use. You're not sure exactly what kind of software that you need to maybe train on as a project manager, because one thing, getting my doctorate in business administration, I understood that, well, you have an accountant that does the accounting, but as a manager, you really don't need to know accounting. You just need to know how to read those reports and make managerial decisions. So as project managers, I guess I can ask that question from any of our panelists. Maybe Haitham or Laura or Art can chip in here to say, as managers, what should we as project managers get out of BIM, and how much BIM knowledge should we have in order to be confident to say, hey, I don't need to know everything about BIM modeling. I need to use it as a tool, and this is what I need to know in order to utilize BIM. So that's how I rephrase the question.
Sounds good.
Okay, Art, I think you're muted or something. Go ahead. Oh no, we can hear you. Go ahead.
My phone. There you go. This is something I've actually studied in the last month, because I own a business that consults. We have 6 people in the U.S. that I manage, plus another dozen in the overseas. And one of my mentors challenged me to run my business from my phone, which was just unheard of. And I said, with BIM, I have to be hands-on with models. I have to do stuff. And I started studying with things like BIM 360, things like Procore, a lot of the tools out there. Even online project management for my team to manage their budgets for the projects, their RFI, things like that. I literally can do almost everything from my iPad except draw ductwork. I can share drawings with contractors that we're working with. We're actually investigating a software right now that literally automates exporting plan updates and model updates on a nightly basis without us having to manually do that. So that it frees us up more time to use our brains to make decisions versus constantly exporting, constantly creating PDFs, constantly emailing. And in fact, we're trying to eliminate email, which seems crazy, but email is a disruption to our daily lives. And so we, with all of our teams, all of our communication goes through BIM 360 with the issue trackers. And I told anybody, I said, if I have to check my email to find a drawing or to find an attachment, you're wasting my time. And I'm not being disrespectful, but I don't want to waste other people's time too. So it took about a 2-week study for me to step back, step away from my computer and say, what are all the tasks I do and how can I automate these? And it's amazing what tools are out there to automate a lot of it.
Actually, we have Mr. Jerome Brock. He's a arbitrator, a lawyer that is very interested in the construction industry. I'd like to hear his perspective on this thing from avoiding litigations and how a tool like BIM could reduce the risks and how they can improve litigation and stuff. So if you can jump in with your video anytime in the meeting around Jim, that'd be great. So Dr. Bill Moyen was also on the video. I just lost him. I was hoping that he could have few words for us. Dr. Bill, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself? Okay, go ahead. We can't hear you. Your Dr. Bill, we can't hear you. You have to unmute your microphone. I believe it is unmuted, but maybe your microphone is not working. Okay, no, it is unmuted, but maybe your system is using a different microphone. No.
If you could type your question, we could read it.
Okay. Okay. No. I know. He asked a question and we mentioned it, but I was hoping to get his perspective on BIM. And okay, great. So anybody else? Yahya is on the call. Yahya is a great scheduler. He just moved to Texas. He was working on our project. The DTE project, and hopefully our next event in September is going to be on scheduling and how we use scheduling for project management and quality, improving quality. So Yahya is going to join us in that meeting. No more questions, no more discussions.
I have a comment here too.
Oh, sure.
Just regarding the question just posted. You know, when COVID-19 came in and everybody have all the negative impacts in our lives, one of the positive things came technically, which is, having people more utilizing technology than before. And part of it is everything became more electronic because there's less of really walking around and writing things. And for myself, I improved from maybe 80 technology, 20 writing things on pad, to almost 95 or 98 computer now. I mean, everything in notes, and this can help. And this partially maybe help some project managers to be more of technology savvy, including understanding how, BIM working, Procore, AutoCAD, and this is going to help more, I think, improve some people.
That's my speaker.
I mean,
that's my.
I agree with that. And I think Dr. Bill, we could hear your voice first.
Okay, good.
Now we can hear you. Okay, good.
Had to get the technology right.
Yeah.
Thank you. One of the things I think BIM is an excellent, first of all, very good presentations by all of you. Kudos for you for that. But I do think one of the things really getting into true program project management for the construction design side is integrated project delivery. So BIM is one of the tools, but integrated project delivery puts the whole team together at the front. Now, for those of you who are non-construction, what this means is you actually select the key suppliers and subcontractors up front. The construction manager is all up front, and the risk is shared by the owner amongst all the contractors. If there is a savings that someone comes up with, the savings is shared by everyone, all the companies on that team up front. So to the owner,
that's an excellent point. The
deal.
IPD is
Great
something
point.
that I wanted to mention as well. And yeah, thank you for bringing it up.
Hani, that might be a future presentations.
Exactly. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Actually, as Haytham said, a lot of people are looking into virtual use of project management tools and techniques. And like we mentioned in this meeting, and we wanted to demonstrate to our audience, is that there is a lot of stuff that you can do with BIM as a project manager, as a manager, and as an owner for your projects. And hopefully this opens up more discussions in the future. As Dr. Bill was saying, IPD is excellent point. This is one of the things that we really need to discuss it in one of our events. And the CQM.us page that we created after our first construction community meeting actually has articles on things like this, and we kind of introduce all these topics and show how they interrelate with each other to have better management of our construction projects. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And I got a lot of good comments from people thanking us for this meeting. Again, people are still shy with the Zoom meetings. I was hoping that everybody would say, oh, great, I can speak up and share my video or whatever, but it's long ways for that to happen. So I know everybody's thanking us in the chat box, and I greatly appreciate your time for joining us. And hopefully we'll do this thing in September on a scheduling topic, and how we can improve our quality with good scheduling, because we don't use EVM, earned value management system, for example. A lot of people don't understand what's the benefit of it and how it can incorporate into their management and other topics. So hopefully you can join us for the next meeting. And again, this is our first virtual meeting on this construction community. I appreciate everybody's patience, and hopefully we can do more topics and more meetings as time passes. We hope that the coronavirus thing goes away, but I think the virtual meetings like this can always stay on, because it's in our comfort of our offices, of our homes. It's free. You don't have to spend any getting any venues or anything like that, and still gain the knowledge and information that you'd like to get from a meeting like this. So I greatly appreciate everybody's time. This meeting is recorded. It's going to be shared with everyone, and it's going to be on the website, cqm.us. And we are going to share a survey with everyone to gain their insight on how they'd like to see our future events, whether the timing was a problem, whether the topic was a problem, maybe the length of the meeting. But again, we didn't have any controversy on this meeting, so that's why we didn't have a lot of one-on-one discussions between our panelists. Everybody agreed that BIM is a good tool and we should use it. We'll have more of these meetings where everybody is agreeing on the same topic, and then as our community grows, then we can maybe get into more controversial topics.